Hello everyone, I am RexRed and I am back with another Ez3DTv tutorial today. We are going to be talking about how to make room in your Daz 3D My Content library. Okay, I think I said that right. Probably I didn't. This is in regard to when you end up with too much content and it doesn't all fit on one drive, and you have a spare drive but you're not sure how to move your content to another drive. What content do you move? Do you just start moving things one by one over to the other drive? How do you do that? And this is what we are going to address today, is how to do this. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is make a disclaimer, okay? Anytime that you tamper, I'm going to use that word tamper. It may not be the right word, or just alter or change your Daz library, there is the possibility of you messing it up, okay? And if you mess up your Daz library, you're on your own. Because I'm trying to give you some tips and help, and it's a complicated kind of thing. It's not something that you can't achieve. I believe in you. I think you can. But it's something that could theoretically mess up your library, and you could end up having to redo your library. And so that is the disclaimer, okay? And I take no responsibility for that. Okay? I'm just trying to give you help that may not be out there. That probably isn't out there, on what to do so that you can gain probably a substantial amount of space on your drive, so you don't have to keep like uninstalling stuff and keeping stuff uninstalled and going through one by one and kind of going over stuff and saying, do I need this right now, and kind of stuff. If you have a spare drive and you're just not really sure how to get stuff over to it, what stuff to put over to it, that is what I'm going to help you with today. And I'm going to try to give you enough information so you don't mess up your library. Okay? So we're going to start. Now, the first thing I want to say is, you know how in the install manager right here where it says install after download, right here in the ready to download, down in the bottom it says install after download. You want that probably you want that to be checked, okay? Now, but this one here, where when you go into ready to install, okay, down in the bottom there's a place that says delete package once installed. Okay, and I've heard people just instantly say, oh, always check that. You don't want all that stuff on your hard drive. Okay, yes, you do. Okay, you want to keep your package in some folder, okay? And you tell it here in the advanced settings, okay, downloads, and it says, okay, my package archive is h/Daz downloads. It's on a spare hard drive, okay? Hopefully one you have, like, you know, a spinning one that has tons and tons of terabytes. At least, you know, 3 or 4, 5 terabytes, okay? 6 terabytes, okay? Or more. I mean, okay, so I have a 24 terabyte hard drive, and I have an 18 terabyte hard drive, and a bunch of other two 8 terabytes hard drives, a 12 terabyte hard drive. I don't expect you to have that many, but right now you should at least have like an 8 terabyte backup hard drive. It shouldn't be an external drive unless you buy a heavy-duty external drive, okay? And that would be something like, well, if we go into Amazon, let's see, heavy-duty. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Now, you see these usually are not heavy duty, okay? What you see here, they're not, okay? And now this Samsung Shield, content creators and gaming. Okay, so this one right here is 1 terabyte up. Okay, that is not what you're looking for either. Okay, 6 terabyte, $184, enterprise class, external hard drive. It's just don't buy the cheapest thing you can find, like this 2 terabyte, $84 one. I'm not sure that this is like worth it. Okay, you have a heavy duty now. An internal hard drives. When we go to internal hard drives, you will see, and this, you know, sometimes it's better to just buy an internal hard drive. Now you see these, like, they tell you the kind it is, like the Barracuda. This would be a heavy-duty hard drive. Anything that you buy internally, so if you have space in your computer, you don't want to buy an external hard drive for your data. You want to buy an internal hard drive, take your computer, the side off your computer, learn how to put a hard drive in. Now these Iron Wolf, okay, look at this, $200 for 18 terabytes. This is a renewed hard drive. Would I buy a renewed hard drive? Yeah, definitely yes, okay? For $200 right now, you can get 18 terabytes. My 24 terabyte hard drive was renewed, okay? I bought it renewed. Renewed doesn't mean used. It means that there was something wrong with it, and whatever it was, they fixed it, okay? So, and it's brand new, okay? So that is what renewed, or it could mean that somebody bought it, sent it back, and they just couldn't figure out, it didn't work with their, Mac machine or something. I don't know. But it does mean it's new, but it's not really been used, and it's been looked over, tested to find out what was wrong with it and fixed, okay? And it's fully working. And it comes with guarantees and all of that. You want to get an internal drive because an external drive will wear out in a couple of years. And that's what, you hear these people say, don't save your backup files, in Daz, and also is lower than, okay, it says my bit rate is lower than it's supposed to be. Well, let's hope it's okay, though. All right, so that's this. With this 12 terabyte, okay, is $112. The Barracuda, okay, any of these like Iron Wolf and Barracuda. Now, these other ones, they don't tell you what's inside. They just say Seagate, portable external hard drive. That means it's junk. That means that it's the kind of drive, unless it says for gaming, okay, if it says for gaming, then it's good. Because you see, a game is constantly reading the hard drive, like for, hours on end, steady, reading the hard drive. Now, these hard drives are meant to put your data on it and put it on a shelf for 10 years and just keep your data safe. They're not meant for sustained reading and writing and reading and writing and reading, unless it's a hard drive. Unless you can verify that inside this case is one of these kind of drives, like a Barracuda or this WD Blue, okay? They're very special Skyhawk hard drives, okay? Any of these, because these are for internal hard drives, they will last you for like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years, okay? A long time. This kind of hard drive, this external hard drive, if you try to use it for gaming or constantly reading your data from your Daz, like working and always loading hair and figures and back and forth, it will wear out within maybe 2 years, 2 or 3 years, sometimes even less than that, okay? Especially if you use it for gaming. Don't think you're going to just install your game on it and use your game from the external drive. It won't work, okay? It doesn't work. And don't think you're going to buy this external drive, take it out of the case and put it inside your computer. Then you have double jeopardy. Then it's actually being used constantly like that. It will only last you a couple years, maybe not even a year, okay? It will not withstand constant reads and writes. Okay, so we've covered your hard drive, okay? What kind of hard drive? It's best to get an internal, okay, and get one of those Barracuda or the Blue or something like that. You know, they have these cool names, okay? The external ones don't. They just say external drive from, you know, Seagate or whatever, and that's it. They don't tell you what's inside because it's junk what's inside. And that's why they're cheaper, okay? And you don't want to trust your data to something junky like that, okay? So now what you can also do, there's a possibility of buying a really nice internal drive and putting it inside of an enclosure, okay? That's another option, okay? So then once you have some other place to put your files, okay? Another drive, because obviously you probably have maybe a solid state drive which is only like 2 or 4 terabytes and it's getting full. And now you just can't buy stuff because your drive is full and you're worried. And so you're kind of going in here to your install manager and you're going into the installed and saying, well, what can I uninstall? And you're just uninstall this, uninstall that. I don't need this and I don't need that. And you have a whole ton of stuff in here that's uninstalled, okay? Because you don't have space. Well, this is what this, or you're just worried about what do I put on this other hard drive and how do I split my content directory, okay? That's what I'm going to teach you how to do, all right? So what you do here is you go to this ready to download area, okay? And then what you do is you create another folder. And you see, this is very helpful, okay? Because when you're in Daz Studio and you click here on like the default drive, or, okay, have I got this too loud or something? I think I do a little bit. When you click on your default drive, here, where it says default, okay, everything loads, right? Now, if you have a bunch of stuff on another drive, this is like everything, okay, in the default. If you have a bunch of your stuff on another drive, then it's not trying to pull all of your library from one drive. It's pulling some from this drive and some from that drive at the same time. And so it's able to load this up much faster. Like I have all of my HDRIs, my HDRIs on another drive. So when I click this HDRI, it's coming from a different drive. It's not coming from my main content drive. So all of these just loaded, and we go here to this HDRI here. I'll see how quickly they just all loaded from another drive, okay? And so that is, and as you can see, when I just click on one, no, that's a whole scene. I don't want to load a whole scene. Let's see. When I just click on one like this, and it just loads from the other hard drive. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this. I know you might be impatient to hear how to do this, okay? So, all right, what you do here, it says content path shortcuts, okay? And what you do is you click on this little gear here. This is how you begin the process. Now you want right here where it says content updates to install to, you want to always make sure that respective installed paths have this little circle is green, okay? And not selected paths, okay? Installed paths. So what this does, okay, is you know how when you get updates, you're constantly getting, you'll buy something and you'll come and say, oh, there's updates, and you'll see them up in the top. Well, it knows which directory that everything is installed to, okay? And so if you have something installed on your secondary drive, it will update that, okay? Because it looks to say, well, where is it installed? And wherever it's installed, it will install that update there, okay? And it will update your download package, okay? So that is, so again, you have to have your delete this package once installed. You don't want to delete them. You want to have them saved. If they are not saved, there's what you can do is check the box and then go and uninstall your entire library and reinstall it, and it will download them again, and it will take a long time to do it. Now, I have 12,000 files, okay, 12,229 assets that I've purchased, okay? So if I were to uninstall them all and delete my package, it would take about a day, maybe an entire night, and part of the next day to download it and reinstall all of those files, okay? But then I would have on another drive in this downloads folder, okay, where you go to here, go up to here, advanced settings, and in the downloads folder, see in my Daz downloads, look at all of the files I have there, okay? No, it's actually not showing the files, but they're there, okay? If I click on this and go to Daz Downloads, it says working on it, because there are 12,000 files in this folder. It says no items in my search. Okay, let's go there. It's just not showing them from there, okay? That's nice, okay. Here we go. That's my gay romance YouTube images for my YouTube videos, okay? So let's see, we're gonna go to here and here, and this was, I think, Daz here, Daz Downloads, my Daz, okay, I think it was Daz Downloads here. Where is it, Daz? Okay. Let's go back. Where was it? Is it D? H. Okay, so we go back here. We go to H. Okay, and we go to Daz Downloads. And here they are. Okay, these are all of my... So if anything ever happened, I would always have a file of the things I've purchased. These are things that you own, okay? You don't want to not have them, okay? That's just my opinion, and I think it's an educated opinion because it you know, possession is something that, you know, having the possession of these files means that, hey, I was given them through legal means, okay? Do not uncheck that box, and if you've unchecked it, I would say before you do this process, you may want to go through and just click on everything. Go up to the top here, and this is launchable products, and click on that, and it will select everything. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like it's selected everything. It should select everything. So, well, it doesn't look like it's selecting everything, but what you can do, but you need to just somehow select them. It used to select like, oh, those are launchable products, and then you go to products, okay? And you may not have to undo these, but, uninstall Daz and everything, okay? But the thing is you're not going to you might not need to do that, because the next time you get an update, it will put these into your the latest update of Daz into your downloads. Okay, so I would probably not uninstall your launchable products. I would just go to products, and you can see it's selected everything. Okay, then you start the queue and you uninstall, and it could take like 2 hours, depending, 3 hours, 4 hours to uninstall everything. And then you go back, it says, and it might say if you have them already, which you don't want to uninstall them, if you have this unchecked, okay? And if you go and look, and like I said, when you go here to this folder, Advanced Settings, when you go to this folder and you go to Downloads, it's not going to show them here, okay? But you go, it says where that archive is, okay? So then you open this up and you go to wherever it says, and Downloads, and that's where you can see them, is through your Windows Explorer, and it shows you. And if you have a ton of files, the amount of files, it says I have 24,000 items, okay? That means that you have that means that you already have your downloads and they're saved, okay? And you should be able to know, because this will be unchecked. But if it's not unchecked, then you would go in here and you uninstall all of them, all of your assets. And then you go back into this ready to install, and you'll see them in here. If they're not here, that means you'll see them here in the ready to download, and then you just select them all and install them again with this unchecked. And what that will do then is actually put that package onto your computer so that you own your files, so you have a copy of the things that you have purchased, okay? A setup file, so that if you ever need to put them on a different computer somewhere, you can move them over, and which would be faster than re-downloading them all, okay? So then what you do is, so once you have your downloaded folder filled with all of the products that you have purchased, okay, then you can go into your installed items. You'll see that they're all reinstalled again, and you'll see that your folder has all of your products that you've purchased in there, okay? And then what you do is you create another directory. So you go and click on, see where it says, like I said, make sure the respective installed paths, there's a green dot in, and always keep that checked. Not selected paths, respective installed paths. And then you go to this My Daz 3D library, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another library, okay? And it is going to be, I'm going to put this, I'm not sure where yet. Let's see. Let's open up my PC here. Where do I have space? And this would be on a SSD fast. It says J, okay. And I have 341 gigs free on that. Not very much. 2.41 gigs left here. Okay. 241 gigs free. And this is my Daz library. See, I only have 1 terabyte left on my solid state drive, and I have 2 terabytes here. So, all right, I'll do this just as a, okay, as a, to show you how to do this, okay? So what I'm going to do is right-click and create a new folder, okay? And it's going to be, because I already have one on here, which is hair and my hair and HDRI, and we'll explain that. Okay, so my Daz 3D, was that 3D? And I'm going to call this library, okay? I'm going to call this plants. And because I used the capital trees. All right. My Daz 3D library, plants and trees. Okay. So I've created the folder. So I go here and into this content. We're in the ready to download tab. We go here to the content path and we go here and I'm going to add, see, click this little button and where it says path. Okay. This is going to be my Daz 3D 3D plants and trees. I can never type right. I am terrible. Okay, here we go. And so then we go to this PC. We go to my Daz thing, go to where I created that and select the folder, okay, and click accept. All right. Now I have another folder here, and let me check this one. Okay. All right. So click accept. And now when I go to this, all right, and see, I didn't name that properly. So what I'm going to do is go back in here and I'm going to delete this right here. Delete that path. Okay, we're going to remove that. And then I'm going to add another one because I just didn't do it right. And this is going to be my Daz 3D library. I guess you can kind of name it whatever you want, plants. But you want to put a title here so you know which one is which, and then you go to the path, okay? Okay, that's plants and trees. This is going to be hair and HDRI. Okay? And then you set this, and then you go to here, hair and HDRI, accept. All right. Now you click accept. Now when you go in here and you're ready to download, down here, you will see this is the regular My Daz 3D library, and it tells you where that's located. You have your plants and trees, My Daz 3D library, and you have your hair and HDRI. Okay, and the reason why I have chosen these because they seem to be the least likely candidates to have interlinked files. Okay, so now then you come over to here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in a search. You go into your installed folder. And I'm going to type plants. All right. PL. Well, it's not going to let me. Okay, plants. All right. And so what we have here is a bunch of plants. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and they're all checked, okay? Just the plants are checked. And I'm going to, okay, first I'm going to go here. All right, okay, there's no plant. Okay, and I'm going to start the queue, okay? And I'm uninstalling them from my Daz 3D library. It's taking all of these plants out of my library. It's uninstalling them, and it's going to take a while here to go through them. It takes more time to install them than it does to uninstall them, but it's almost done. Okay. So we are uninstalling plants out of your Daz 3D library. Then you come here to ready to download, okay? And you make sure, if you mess this up, it's on you, okay, that you have this selected. The content path shortcut, content files. Now I'm going to go to this plants folder, okay? PC, and we're going to go here. And you can see that in my library, plants and trees, there's nothing here, okay? So now I'm going to go, and I'm going to go ready to install. And since I still have plants, it will go there. I have a bunch of other files in my ready to install, but the only ones, but if you have this word plants still up here, then it will filter and show you only the files in there that have the word plants in it, okay? And so now you come up here, you select product, okay? And make sure that this is selected, this to your new folder, okay? And you start the queue, okay? And it will start installing from all of your downloaded files. If you don't have them, you can't do this, okay? Then it has to re-download them. Then instead, you'll find them in the ready to download, and you'll have to re-download your files. That's one way to get some of your files back, but the best way is to just uninstall everything except your programs, and then reinstall all of your Daz stuff, and have it put all of those downloaded files. So for peace of mind, it's something that you've purchased, okay? So this will take a while to install all these plants here, okay? So if I wasn't live, so I have now a new thing. Now when I jump back into my video here, it's faster. It doesn't like kind of jump and hitch. I don't think it does. So we have a thing going on here where before I used to, well, I just noticed a little bit of a hitch. We'll see. I am installing stuff, but it's actually on my other computer, but it's also, I don't know. So at this point, we'll see. What's up? What's up, people? So we are installing now a bunch of files, and it's almost done. It's only got about 50 left to do. So what kind of mess have I gotten myself into here? All right, luckily, okay, so what I'm going to do, then I'm going to repeat this process. I'm going to go into my installed items, and I'm going to type the word trees, okay? And I'm going to uninstall the trees now and install them onto another directory. Now, I hope there's no conflict with Ultra Scenery where it won't be able to find its trees. Okay, so that's another thing. Some of these plants could be part of Ultra Scenery, and it may not be able to find them. If so, then you might have to go and uninstall them from that drive and put them back on your main drive. It's doable. It's not that hard to do. Okay? So if it complains and says, I can't find these plants, all right, then you've got to put them back. All right? You got to go in and find them on the other hard drive, which you would do here. Okay? You would just find them because it shows you a listing of everything installed on the, when you select this, it shows you what's installed here. It says there's 74 items. And now if I open this up, now you can see there's all these files that have been put on this folder. We're not done yet. Don't think, okay, we're done. I don't need to watch the rest of this video. You have to watch the rest because there's a very important step coming up. And if you don't do it, it won't work. Okay, so it's something you have to do in Daz Studio. All right, you have to add this to your runtime. You have to add a new runtime, and you have to tell it where this new runtime is, or it won't show you the thumbnails. It won't show you the files. They will not show properly. So I'm going to just do the plants right now. Maybe I'll come back and do the trees. But what this did was this just took all of these files. And so I'm picking things. So if you want to make a list, you can search for HDRI, okay? You can uninstall them and install them on your other hard drive. Those should be safe to do that. You can also look for hair, okay? Uninstall everything that pops up and install it onto, make sure you have this selected into a hair folder, okay? And then also, so HDRI, hair, and then this other folder that I created was plants and trees. And you might also uninstall flowers and put them in there too. That should give you a ton of space, all right? So, all right, now that we have this done here, if I open up Daz, we'll close Daz for now, just for the heck of it, so it can maybe readjust itself, okay? And it's readjusting itself. Okay, so let's see. Let's wait a moment. And we open Daz. There it is. Now it's reading everything, doing its thing, okay? And then what we do is we go to the content library. And here where you have your My Daz under your studio, if this isn't dropped down, click on this little caret next to Daz Studio formats and you'll see this. And you see I have this Daz Studio library, hair and HDRI, okay? Now what you do up here is you right click and say add base directory and you go, now I'm in the hair and HDRI directory. I'm going to go and add this plants and trees directory here. Okay? And then you're done. Everything should work the way it worked before. Okay? And so if I look up plants, let's go to plant. Okay? There's all my plants and okay, in here. There's nothing that's grayed out. These ones are grayed out. I'm not sure why. I think it's because these are instance trees. It's nothing because of this process. So you just have to click these trees, and these ones are instance. They're for a scene, I believe. Okay, of a bunch of trees on a scene. I'm not positive exactly, but as you can see, they're all here. That's what you do now. When it comes to supposing you have something in one of these files, like that you move the trees over, that's why you have, and you get an update for that product. That is why you have this green dot checked here. So that when you get an update for the product, it won't just put that update in your regular library, okay? And then you'll have two of them. It will look and say, oh, this product's been installed on this other drive. So I need to install the update for that there, okay? And it will install the update there. This has only to do with updates. It doesn't have to do with new files that you buy. It has only to do now when it comes to when you buy, what if you buy some more hair or new plants or another thing of HDRIs? Okay, well, you'll have a list of things here that will show up. And Okay, once you open up the install manager, it'll download and it'll put those packages into your download folder, and you'll see a bunch of lists of things, okay? It's not going to install them on your plant directory for you automatically. You have to go and look and say, okay, all of this stuff I want in my regular Daz 3D except for the plants and the hair and the HDRI file that I bought. Okay, and so you don't check them. And then you click Start the Queue, and that installs into the regular thing. And you have to make sure that your regular library is selected down here. And so it will just install them into your regular, whatever you have selected here, it will install it there. Okay? Now you don't want to take like something like your figures out and install them in another drive, because your figures are tied with other products, and certain things are intertied, okay? So it may not be a good idea. I would just stick with, HDRIs, like I told you, hair, plants, and trees maybe, and flowers. Maybe you could do props, one with props, okay? So, because props seem to be, if they're standalone props, you can put a bunch of them that just because they're all kind of self-contained. Clothing may not be a good idea because clothing, has like texture updates. Like they have other files that are kind of linked. That's what I mean by, and figures are often linked with other products and scenes and things. Your scenes you may not want to move either. So it's just kind of things that are standalone. HDRIs are kind of standalone. And so are plants. They're kind of standalone products. They're kind of just like props. And so are like trees. Now, you might run into little problems, like I said, not mesh grabber, ultra scenery. By moving ultra scenery's plants, there might be a problem. You may have to go back. If ultra scenery says, I can't find these plants, then you might have to go back to your plant directory. And so you go back to this library and you select, and it tells you, see, this is my plants. Let me go back here. Okay, this is my Daz 3D library. Okay, I have the word plants up there. That won't work, okay? So now when I go here, all right, it says that that I have all of these, it's showing everything installed here. So in the installed folder, it shows everything here, okay? So if you select plants and trees, it's not going to show you what's installed there. You just have to do a search here for that item, okay? Type in the name of the item, like the retro muscle car here or something. Retro. All right, and now it'll find it, and then what you do is uninstall it. You just kind of have to. It might show you, like if you select on this, it might show installed files, show package files. Okay, that's your downloaded files, but show installed files. That would tell you like, oh, that is installed. That would show you that this is installed in my Daz 3D. It tells you where it's installed, okay? So just in case you're not sure. But if it says there's a certain product that I can't find, okay, you might need to go in and type in the name of that product, and it will show in your, so here it shows only everything, okay? It doesn't show, like if I come here and select trees and plants, it's not going to just show me my trees and plants folder, okay? It's only going to show me everything over here. So, but when you download some trees, okay, you just select your trees and plants here, okay? Then you click Start Queue and make sure it's checked, and it will install it there. This is how you divide things off when you buy new stuff, so that you kind of keep all your HDRIs together on. So I have this hair and so whenever I buy a hair product or a new HDRI product, I just don't check them. I make sure that my Daz 3D library is selected, okay, always make sure that this is a new thing you have to learn, that you make sure that your Daz 3D library is selected. Okay, this is a live chat, okay? And so you make sure that your Daz 3D library is selected and install the main stuff that you normally install, that you want, like figures and your regular scenes, stuff like that. I mean, environments, clothing. You don't want to put clothing on another drive because clothing comes with textures that can be in other files. It's just they can kind of be linked to other stuff, sort of. So it may not be a good idea to, but I think the HDRIs are safe. I think the hair is safe. Even though hairs can come with other products too, I think it's still safe. If not, I'm sorry that I mentioned that I maybe led you, but at this point, I've done it for my files and it seems to work, okay? So I think hair is okay to do as well. And so now when you type in hair, you might find that you might find like hair converters and all of that, and it might move those and then reinstall that hair converter script over into the other library. Is that okay? I don't know. But if I don't know, that's what I did. I just kind of installed them. I moved them all. So I managed to make enough space for me to now like kind of keep buying stuff in the store and, download another 10,000 things, maybe not that many, maybe 5,000 things from the Daz store. I freed up over 1 terabyte of space. So, and put things so I don't have to have things like uninstalled because I'm out of space, and I don't have to keep uninstalling things. Every time I want to install something, I have to go on and uninstall something else. I have it now divided into 3 libraries. So if I buy any plants and trees and flowers, I'm going to go in here, and now I'm going to go to installed, and I'm going to look for trees. All right, and it's going to go through all of my products. And look, I've got quite a few of them, all right? And I'll bet a bunch of these trees, fairy tale, stump, okay, some of these trees might actually be, we'll find out if it's a problem. Ultra trees. I'm not going to move that, and I'm not going to move that. You can go through and see what's there. I'm going to leave ultra tree there. Okay, and all the rest of these Ron's trees, we're not going to mess with them because those are, I believe, brushes for Photoshop. Cordyline plants and palm trees, we'll throw them in there. I guess, I'm not sure why that got unchecked, but okay, so now I'm going to go and start the queue, and I'm going to uninstall them one by one by one. Move these trees out of my library. Okay. Just like that. And this frees up space. Okay. And now, when I go into Ready to Install, I go down here, all right, and I make sure that I select Plants and Trees, okay? And I still have the trees filter, so it's filtering all the trees that it uninstalled, okay? And now I come to the top here, and I select Products, and Start Queue. And it's going to install these all onto that other hard drive. You have to watch this whole video, okay? It's not that long, okay? This is how to split up your Daz 3D library so you have more space, okay? And I talk about hard drives that you need to buy, hard drives you don't want to buy. Okay, you don't want to buy an external hard drive. You want to buy an internal hard drive. If you buy an external hard drive, you might want to buy an enclosure and buy an internal hard drive and put it in that enclosure, because internal hard drives are heavy duty. They will last you many, many, many years. They're made for corporations and businesses. External hard drives are meant to put your files on them and stick them on a shelf, and they're not meant for sustained read and write, okay? And so that is my advice. If you do not see this where it says delete package once installed, you do not put a check mark in that, okay? That should be unchecked, and you should have all of your files, which this is 8. I think it's this one right here. Yes, Daz downloads. See, I have all of my products. These are products you have purchased. You don't want to delete them, okay? You want to save it in the garage. You don't want to delete your lawnmower after you mow the lawn. You want to put it in the garage and save it for the next time you might need it. So this is the kind of thing, is that you want to keep them somewhere on your, and I have 24,000 items in this folder. These are all of my downloads. If you don't have them, you should uninstall your entire library. Come here to uninstall, and then you should reinstall it with this unchecked, with no box, no green box, and so that you have a copy of your products that you have purchased, okay? And what that does also is, if something goes wrong with your library, like you take my advice and you do this with your library and you screw it up, well, it takes a lot longer to download 10,000 files than it does to just install them from your spare hard drive, okay? So you can, rather than taking all day to re-download all of your files, you just have them in that folder. The install manager always is aware of them and sees them. And so if you want to uninstall, like doing this process where I can just uninstall, now I'm going to try doing flowers, okay? And look at all the flowers I have, all right? So I'm surprised that there's not a lot more, okay? But those are flowers. So we're going to go here to Start Queue, and I'm going to uninstall all those flowers from my hard drive. Okay? And now when I go over here to Ready to Install, that keyword is already there. So I select Products. Make sure that now it's plants and trees and flowers, but that's okay. I'll know that. And so now, as long as that is selected, that particular library is selected, then I click Start Queue, and it will install them into that folder. Okay? And so that means that when I come here and I click now on, like, into my products list here, and go to default, it's probably going to take a while. See, it's going to come up much quicker because it's drawing things from 2 different places simultaneously rather than all of it from one place. And so your library, all those HDRIs that it had to like go through and say, okay, I got, 5,000 HDRIs or whatever. So when I go into this scene elements, now it's still probably installing. And that's all I'm going to do, okay? It's not like moving a ton of stuff out of my library. I moved all my HDRIs. I typed HDRI up here. I typed Hair up here. And I uninstalled it from my main library and installed it in the new Hair library, okay? Hair, and I put Hair and HDRIs into one folder, and I put flowers, and they can do it all into one library. You don't have to break it up like I did. I broke it up just so that I would could demonstrate this for this tutorial. So I have 2 folders. I guess it's okay. So this is now the Daz 3D. So they are all now. So I have my Daz 3D library plants and trees, my Daz 3D library hair and HDRI. They're on a different drive now, okay? And this is another, this is a M.2 drive, okay? It's a 4 terabyte M.2 drive, but it's only PCI Express 3, okay? Where my main Daz 3D library is also an M.2 drive, but it's PCI Express 4, which is like double the speed. So my figures will load much faster and all from that drive. But it's okay to put like hair and the HDRIs here and all of that, because it's just, they will load simultaneously while my figure, all that stuff will, it just loads faster because it's not all coming from one place. So the catalog isn't reading it all from the same exact place. So it'll be much faster when loading. See, when this comes up, boom, that's like a lot faster, okay? And this is my mass, and these things have been missing. Daz has put out some products lately that just have been missing. So that's a thing here. So the last part of it, okay, just so you know, is that you have to come in here to My Studio Formats and you have to add those base directories in here, or they won't. You'll show a whole bunch of products with no thumbnails, okay? They won't. So, and when you click on them, I don't think they'll work because you have to add that new runtime library. Okay, so now you can see I have my Daz 3D library, I have my Daz 3D library hair and HDRI, and I also have the Daz 3D library plants and trees. So I have all of these different things. So I have 3 different libraries here, and so as long as they're listed here, then everything will work. It'll all show up here. So it's a multi-part process. So okay, before I probably go today, I don't know how popular this particular tutorial is going to be, but I think I have a suspicion that there are a lot of people that have run out of space on their drive, and they're just going in and inadvertently uninstalling this and uninstalling that and uninstalling this and uninstalling that. And so this is the option on how to fix that, okay, is to just create another library and put those particular things and start managing your downloads. When I buy a product that's hair or HDR, if I install it on the wrong drive, it's okay if I install it, but I just make sure that your Daz 3D library is installed. Okay, so that for figures and things like that, don't install things on the wrong drive. And if you do, you can go through and uninstall them and move them back. All right, so that is that. So I think that topic is covered. Now, I just thought I would show you guys another kind of interesting thing. We'll go to this. And that is a product in the Daz store that is for sale right now. Okay. And I think this is I think it's a worthwhile product to own. And I just thought I'd show you how really kind of cool it is. Okay. And it is, I have to uncheck stuff here. Let's see, unchecked, the hide items I own. And that is this product right. I mean, a lot of these products are worth owning, but I think people are kind of overlooking this product because one time I tried to make gemstones. These are are gemstones, like Daz diamonds and all kinds of really cool stuff here. Where are you? Okay, I must have gone by it. Let's see. Don't go by it again. Okay. Where are ya? There they are. Morphing gems. Okay. It says it's 20 bucks. I paid, I think, about $4 for this, maybe $3.50. Okay. This is new. All right. And you say, oh, they're just gemstones. And, it's like, yeah, you could put them in a treasure chest or something, or, but these are actually, they're very nice for logos. They're very nice for just, for previews for videos, things like that. And it's an amazing product. Okay. And so I'm going to show you this product, and we'll, play around with it a little bit, and show you what it really does, and see if you might find this interesting. So it comes with these, and you say, well, that's not very much, okay? But these are morphing gemstones. So this one is, we'll start with this for the first one. This is a faceted drilled, so you can use this and put these on a chain and make like a beaded a necklace, okay? And so you put this in the scene, and it doesn't look like very much, just a sphere with a hole through it, okay? But it's got all these facets. Somebody spent a lot of time making this, okay? This is an actual, like if you notice that even it's faceted inside, okay? This is a gemstone. It's like, and to me, I'm so fascinated by this geometry because it looks like this product was made by a real jeweler, somebody who really knows jewels and gems and how to make stuff. Look at the cuts in this. We'll take this out just for a moment. Look at the cuts here in this one. Look at these cuts, okay? They're like perfectly done. And so this is really nice. Now what you want to do is you want to go to your environments and set a backdrop and put the backdrop to black, okay, just to get the maximum effect out of this. Okay, and there you go. And you see the sky, my HDRI is reflecting down. The sky is reflecting down on this. So it all depends on what you put around it, okay, which is going to, how it's going to, but it's going to respond just like a gemstone. And so this is really beautiful work here. But what's really nice is now we'll take this one out of the scene for a moment, and let's go back to this one. Let's start with this. And it's morphing. So what you can do is go into the shaping part first, okay? And we can shape this. Okay, I didn't have it selected. Here we go. And if it doesn't work, you might have to go to surfaces and select surfaces, okay? And then we go to this and see it didn't work. So you have to select the right thing. This is it, okay? You have to select these instead. And so watch what happens. See, this morphs into different shaped gems. Okay, so I can take this and shape this into, let's take that shape. And then we have the shaders. And look, we can change this color or this to like copper. Now, I don't think, yeah, I am in iRay. Okay, so, and then we can also come down here and turn it into a gem. And look at that, see? So you have all, you can change the shapes. Okay. And this is just beautiful how this works here. And this is, you render it and then you put your text over and say, so-and-so company or whatever. This, you can put this here, twisted. Look at this. Look at that. Just look at the artwork that's gone into these gems. And so that's one of them. And then we go to our other props, and then we have these other ones. This one doesn't have a hole in it. Okay, so it's not a bead. It's just a piece of glass. But it's the same idea here. You make sure that you have it's selected and you have your surface. And then you can come into here and you can go into the shaping part. And you can shape this again. Okay, maybe I've got the wrong thing here selected. Okay, maybe I do here. Maybe these go with this. Okay, which one goes with that? Okay, let's go back into surfaces. Okay, parameters, beads. Okay, we reset that. And let's see, which ones go with that? I think it's these. Okay, so these ones don't shape. This one doesn't shape. It does colorize, though. And I don't know if you can use like the opal one. Oh, yeah, you can put opal on it. Okay, you can put these other patterns, the floral pattern. You have this pattern and this. But you can also put the cut gem patterns. Look at that. And it all depends on the lighting you put in the scene, on how it's lit. So we're using the HDRI light right now, but if I change the HDRI to something else, let's see, maybe maybe this, blue nebula. Look at that. See, the room is in a different lighting pattern now. See, so these are really beautiful. This is the diamond, okay, because the room is blue, it's coloring the diamond to blue. And the pink one, we can go into our HDRIs again. And let's pick one of these. Or we'll go here. This one. That's a little too bright. Okay, I guess they're okay. But that's the pink one. And then we go into shaping again, and I think this one should shape. It's just not. I'm not sure why. Okay, so this doesn't shape. Okay, so then we have this props. Okay, this is faceted undrilled. Okay, let's try this one. Maybe this one shapes. And we go to parameters. And we go to surfaces. Make sure it's selected in both of them. And then we go to shaping, and let's see if this will take some of these shapes. Okay, so the undrilled one won't shape. You just get that one pattern. That's it. Okay, and none of those, but it will take the almost all the shaders. Okay, it will take. And these pearl ones, pearl white, and the drilled patterns, it will take those as well. Now, and also these gem ones, it will take the gem patterns. Imagine this in a room, sparkling the light and putting like prisms all around your room. Okay, this is the effect. This is something you can do with this. If you get the lighting correct, you can create effects with this. So in a mirrored box or something, you know, that there's all kinds of stuff you can do with these. So if you shine the light in the right way. So now we have also then in here our, this is the smooth one. This is the drilled smooth one. This is the, this would be like for pearls, for making a pearl or a pearl necklace. Or you can, once you have it selected, you can put any of these surface on. It's like, wow, that's a sphere. You know, it's just like, well, okay. It is theoretically, but you have all of these really nice patterns that they've given us to, and see there's no facets, so these will just be the basic metal colors. And then these all work, all of these other gem, and then the pearl. Look at these. That just really looks like a pearl right there. It's just beautiful. The textures that they've given us are amazing, and it just glows with the right kind of pearl glow. Yeah, this is really nice. And then we have some of these stone ones, and when we zoom in, let's see how. See, I'm not really too pleased with the pattern here. So, because it just looks a little steppy to me, okay? And I would think that it would be better than this. So, yeah, but from a distance, like for a tiny bead, it's perfect. If you're going to put a bunch of them on a chain or something. For a gem, it's the right, because you're not going to look at a gem like this, okay? You're going to look at a gem like that, you know, and that's perfect. So, but I just kind of wish they gave us some high resolution options. Okay. This is a porcelain red. This is the one we looked at. And then you can go with this. This is just without a diamond, without any cuts. So, and it definitely has that right kind of refraction and all. And it's things, that's the sky shining off the surface. So, yeah, this is very nice. So then we go to our gemstones, and let's try this one. This is our brilliant cut. And this is what kind of, because I made a diamond one time, and I had to make it in Bryce because the Boolean features worked in Bryce, and so it was all Boolean. It was a Boolean object that I created, and it was really hard. It took me like an entire day to make a much simpler diamond. It only had like a few cuts on it and a few cuts around the top, and the top was flat like that. It only had a very few cuts. This has a bunch of them. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is just, that, I don't know what that does. It does something to my brain. It's just so beautiful. It just does something really incredible to my mind, like that deja vu kind of thing. It's just so pretty. And this one is pretty. And now we go back to the other diamond here. This one even has more cuts, okay? But this would go back to this diamond. And then we can go into our, and change some of the shaders. We can change the shape, okay? And this is what's really nice, is that shaping. Okay, we have all of these shapes. We can go like, okay, well, it would help if I, brilliant cut, accept. Okay, so that changed the shape, okay, like that. It made it like oblong. And then this one is an oval. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Looks like tin foil. That is so pretty. And then we have the pear-shaped. Okay. That would make a beautiful pendant. And the rectangle, round, another square one, heart-shaped. It says hearth. I think they messed up here because that's not a heart. So I think they messed up. They're going to have to fix this. And then the marquise, was that have a hole in it? No. Maybe one of the other ones is a heart. Okay, this is an oval. And the pear. Look at that. And the rectangle. Wow. And the round one. Oh, look at that too. I think that's the default. And then we have another square. I wish the heart one worked. They spelled it wrong, number 1. And they put the round one here. Because, okay, maybe it's a heart, but I don't think it is. There's something different here, okay? It looks like something's trying to happen here and here. But it doesn't look right, okay? Because it should, and they look different to some degree. Let's put like a regular color shader on it. Okay, we have to go to surfaces. Okay. Yeah, see, this isn't heart-shaped. It's got like 2 divots. It says hearth. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not supposed to be heart. It's hearth, but that's not what the image shows. In the shaping, it shows a heart. So something's wrong with that. Okay, something for the forums. Okay, so now we go also. We'll go now into props again, and we have now, and I'm not going to do that one because it's, well, let's try the brilliant cut and see if maybe that one does the heart shape. All right, so we go to the brilliant cut, shaping, heart. Okay, so it doesn't work with the geometry in the other one, but it does with this. So maybe it's not broken. It's just, it only works with this. Look at that. Might be something with the geometry reason why it doesn't. And then we have round. Oh, we've got select surfaces again. Okay. Go to round. Okay, square. Okay, looks like some of the geometry doesn't work right with this one as well. Okay, so they only work with certain ones. That one came out heart-shaped as well. That's the pear. So you just kind of get what you get. And this is supposed to be oval. Okay, so most of them work with the other one, except the heart one, which works with this one. So I think it has to do with the shape you start out with. It couldn't morph them. But there may be, like this square one may be made for this one. I'm not sure. So, and that's really pretty. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. And if you put the right light on it, this could really be something else. So, and then we have another one here. That kind of looks like plastic. Not really, though. No, it's from this angle, it looked a little bit like plastic, but you just turn it a little bit, and suddenly you get the sharp edges, and it's apparent that it's diamond. Very nice. These are actually cuts and all in the right kind of places that a jeweler would cut them. So we go now to props, and we have the opal one. Okay. And so we say here, surfaces, select that. And then we go here to our shaping, and we have all of these different opal shapes that we can use for a pendant. I think that just gave it like these little kind of bumps, noise, okay? Noise too. Okay, so you can add noise to any of them, or you can have zero noise. And a dome, okay, and this bubbly one, a bauble. So, yeah. This, and then you have all the shaders, and I think like all the shaders would work on this. Yeah. So here we go, and then these ones would be smooth because there's no cuts to it. But those are not bad looking, though. They look pretty nice. And then we get down into these ones that are actually meant for these kind of stones. That's an onyx. And, oh, look at that opal black. Wow. Opal white. This doesn't really kind of radiate to me like it kind of should, but it's okay. What I have wrong here is if I put a spotlight in the scene, my camera light, I think, is lighting this, or maybe not. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Parameters, spotlight, Y translate. Okay. Let's put a camera in the scene. We'll look at this through a camera. It looks the same anyway. All right, and then we go here into this coral. Let's see, surfaces. Select our gem again. And we go here. That's pretty. Very nice. Ah, we have some chatters. Warrior Maddie, welcome. The modeling software or only render? Is this like KeyShot? Okay, this is a product. And then we got Habib. Welcome, Habib. Welcome. Maddie, Daz is a free rendering software. Okay, this is, yes. All right, thank you. Thank you for answering that for Maddie. I missed it. Lapidary 101. Thank you, Angus. Yes, this is Daz. This is a new product in the Daz store. It is called Morphing Gems Shaders. I don't know Virtual World who made this, but look how beautiful these are. And they did a wonderful job with this product. It was $20, but I only paid $3.50 for it because there's all kinds of deals going on. Now that looks like an opal right there to me. This definitely looks like a pearl. These look like diamonds. Look at that. Look at the topaz. Look at the emerald. So yes, and look at these right here. This is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. That's the heart-shaped one that doesn't look like a heart, but it's pretty. This is beautiful too. So I love gemstones. And then we have these ones. Some rock-colored kind of ones. multicolored. Look at that. This is pretty cool. So these would be good for beads, okay? And then we have these, the gemstones. You can put the actual like diamond coat on these. So it'd be like a polished diamond instead of a cut one. That's pretty. That is just beautiful. These, I don't know what this all reminds me of, but it's just really beautiful. That looks like amber, like honey or something. Just really beautiful textures. Amazing, amazing that they know what these textures, how to create these textures. So in 3D, yeah. And then we have one left to do. That, I believe, is the emerald cut. This is this morphs as well. Look at that. So we go into our shaping, and we have to select it. We have to go into surfaces and select. And I thought there were more. Okay, there are more shapes. Look at these shapes. What's this? Okay, this is reset. These are to reset it so that once you shape it and you say, oh, I don't like any of them, I want to go back, then it'll reshape it. You could delete it and put it back in, but look at that now. So we have that, and then we have the colors. So you can put like the diamond color on it, or that's aquamarine. This would be a ruby. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I want one. Yeah, that's very beautiful. But you can just keep going in and finding different shapes. Like this one. Look at that. Wow. The rectangle. That is beautiful. Square. That's what I want, is a nice square one. In a men's ring. Beautiful. I can't wear rings. I've had too many surgeries on my hands. So I've had about 6 or 7 surgeries on my hands. Each one of them was like an ordeal. So I don't wear anything on my fingers. It's just my surgeon would hate me. So that is beautiful. It looks a little bit frosted, but let's see what this one is. Look at that. It's probably just the light and all, and you could probably take some of that down. Surfaces, let's see. Do we have any kind of glossy reflectivity? What about this index of refraction? Oh, look how you can change the index of refraction. So it refracts less, like kind of like water, or glossy roughness is all the way down, reflectivity. Bring that up or down. Glossy color. What if we go with black? What happens? It gets black. What if we go with pure white? Okay, so they brought the glossiness down a little bit. And the base color, the gem. Okay, that would be down here. So you can just change the color if you'd like it to be pink. Look at that. So yes, and then you can go back in and change the style. Okay, surfaces. Okay, I think we have to select the whole thing. Yeah, I changed that. Oh wow, that has a very shallow, and this is even shallower. Look at that. Oh, I changed some of the refraction and all. So I guess it is very nice to have you back, Habib. Yes, this is a product in the Daz store. Daz Studio is free. If you go to Daz3D.com, you can pick up Daz Studio. You go here to Daz Studio, and it says About, and it will say try it free. And you can, that's the Daz AI Studio. You don't want that. Well, you might, but let's see. This is 3D software, Daz Studio. You go here, and free downloads. You download Daz Studio, and once you download it, it gives you all kinds of free models. And then you have the Daz store with like probably 100,000 different models you can purchase, and they sell them dirt cheap. They are very affordable models. And this Raymond outfit, I'm going to wait until they come out with the Genesis 9 version. So they come out with the Genesis 8 version, and then the next day you say, would you like to have the Genesis 9 version? It's like when they sell you candles and say, oh, we'd like to sell you some candles, like the professor on Gilligan's Island. He sold them all some candles, and they came back and said, these candles don't have wicks. And it's like, oh, if you want wicks, it's going to cost you extra. So, but this is for Genesis 8, and I'm waiting for them to come out with that for Genesis 9. Thank you. But it's nice. Some people want these stuff for Genesis 8. So, yes. So I like this Gems product. If you can get it for $3, the thing is if you ever need a gem, like, because this diamond one, it's like is really nice. The diamond, where's our diamond? The cut diamond. That basically will fill a whole screen like this. And then you can render it, and you can put your logo underneath it. Okay, you render it, and you say, you know, a cut above kind of logo or something, logo, and you render it like this. And it all depends on the HDRI you have in the scene right now. Cancel. Yes, and what I could do is possibly let's turn off the environment. You got a couple of options. You could go and turn the sun and sky on instead. We have an environment map right now. We draw the dome. It should go black. Well, it didn't. Why didn't it go black? What's lighting this? I don't think it's my camera. Okay, so we'll go now to just scene only. All right, it went black. So let's now take our spotlight, see what happens when we shine a spotlight on this. Okay, so we go to spotlight, and let's select the gem. Let's give the spotlight some lumens. Where are the lumens? Oh, lumens. Okay, let's go to 9. And okay, we got to put this on. All right. Oh, this might be down below the. All right. What's wrong with my spotlight here? Maybe it needs some more. Oh, I have it set for. Let's see. The environment is set for scene only. Okay, scene only. That should allow spotlights. Ground off. Okay, we'll look through the camera. Where's my spotlight? Well, maybe it's got to go up a lot more, but that's usually enough to light something. Okay, something's wrong. Let's delete the spotlight. Okay, something's showing. That's my camera light, okay, which isn't very bright. Maybe it does require a really bright spotlight. Create a new spotlight. Okay, let's go 9999. Okay, I guess the spotlight just won't irradiate this. It's not. It doesn't respond to a spotlight. Okay, we'll go to the spotlight. That is weird. I made this really bright. Okay, there's something wrong. Okay, maybe it's because this is on. Okay, there's our gem. Okay, maybe this has got to be lifted up. Okay, we're in iRay. This is strange. Okay, so maybe, okay, surfaces. I know spotlights work with, let's take the gem out and put it back in. Let's try the other gem. The opal, the emerald. Okay, how about this drilled thing here? All right, we'll take the spotlight out, put another one in. Let's try a radial light. Linear point light. Okay, we pull this out. I think it's in the center of our gem. Camera. And the parameter. Y translate. Okay. Let's move this back a little behind the camera. Oops. Z. Point light. Okay, perspective view. Let's move this behind here. And up, maybe up here. Okay, perspective, back to the camera view. Point light, let's give it some lumens. Oh, now I have my environment. Let's see if we just set this backdrop to none. It should work with a backdrop, so I don't know why I can't put a backdrop here. Let's see. All right, let's go now back to our scene. Give the point light some lumens. We'll turn the backdrop off if this doesn't work. Okay, that is enough light. Okay, that's the temperature. See, we did the wrong thing. Reset value. Okay, we'll do this one. Nope. They won't catch light. The only light it will catch . All right, let's go back to our environment options. Let's go back to dome and scene. Environment map. None. And we have a point light here. When we turn the point light off, what's lighting this? All right. None. We go infinite sphere, sky, and sun only. Now I know my draw dome. Blue. All right. Oh, I know my lights don't work with sun and sky, but scene only, this light should work. So this is a very huge conundrum. Okay, surfaces. So I guess this is going to do it for me. I'll figure this out at some point, but where's the index of refraction? IOR, where's that? See, now if I put something else in the scene, it's going to just be blown right out because, okay, like a figure here. So I'm not sure why this isn't responding to light. Because this spotlight is this point light is very bright. Yeah, see, my figure is completely whited out. Put some pants on them. So we bring the point light down to a place where, oh, look, though, it's shining through it, though. Now we go into our environment options, parameters. We have scene only, so the environment is off. And this is the only light in the scene. Okay, so we take this opal out, this thing out. Let's put one in that's default, that I haven't edited. Okay. There we go. Gems, props. What happens if we put the light inside of it? It's a very bright light. It is shining onto it. Oh, when you get it close. Okay, so let's move our Genesis 9 figure away. Okay, it's it seems as though it doesn't work because there's nothing reflecting. Okay, the light back. There's nothing to reflect the light. Let's put this inside. And parameters. It's so weird. Well, there's something in the settings, the surfaces. Glossy layered weight. Okay, this is weird, this refraction index. Something I did just made this like incredibly responsive. Well, I'm not going to play around with this. It's kind of like tedious and boring. So at this point, I might, once I figure this out, I might. But the light's working. It's just because you can see it's just completely whited out. So we'll get this light to a normal light so that my figure, Genesis 9 skin. Let's put some skin on the figure so it's not gray. It's weird that the sky just lights this perfectly. Okay, now you can see that he's just very well, too well lit. Too lit. So bring this up a little more like that. Yeah, see, it's like whited right completely out. But so is this now. I've done something to make it kind of light to work, respond to it. All right, so I don't know what it is that I changed, but we go to our point light parameters. We take these now down to something like that. Okay, that's just not quite bright enough to light the figure, so put another 9 here. Okay. That might be something I've done to Daz. Because that seems like it's something that I've done with the light in Daz. So we go close this out. Da, 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 da. So yes, I'm just switching here to see how my video switches back and forth. I have upgraded my capture card, my second capture card. So I just wanted to check. Right now I do this. because my video would like hiccup when I did that, and I really can't tell if it's hiccuping until I check the internet and see. All right, so we go here to back to smart content. We type in gems. Gems default. Oh, gems and minerals for rock collection. I didn't know I had those. Something I bought a long time ago. They're not as pretty as these ones. Okay, so props. You can also adjust the size and morphs with dials. Okay. All right, so we go to props, and let's put this diamond in the scene. And let's move the diamond up. Like there. Okay, and then we'll go into our environment options. Let's put a spotlight in the scene. Okay, we look through the spotlight and we select our diamond. Okay, our spotlight is now there. Okay, let's make the spotlight a little further away. Spotlight, and come down like that. And then we go back to the perspective view. We'll go like this. Okay, there's our perspective. Let's get our camera view. Create a camera. Okay, we'll look through the camera. And now let's see what happens when we turn the environment off. We'll go to parameters, environment, scene only. Okay, I didn't give the spotlight any light, any lumens yet. Okay, it doesn't appear to be lighting it, because 9 should be enough to light that. All right, so it's just like absorbing it or something. It's doing something really weird. Now what I did here with this, okay, file, save as, scene, gemstone. Okay. Now what we do is go to here, parameters, size, we can make it a little bigger. See, I'm not going to do that. Okay, these are some of the shapes. Now it said that we could do that in parameters. That's nice, and increase the size. But where? Oh, we need to do that in the spotlight here. No, it was the gemstone in surfaces. Okay, that didn't do it. All right, let's move this down here. That didn't work. Let's give the camera give the gem some color so we can kind of tell that it's gem transmitted color. All right. Okay, all right, we have to put a color on it first before I can see which color works with it. Okay, shaders. So we'll give it like a blue color. Surfaces. It's not showing very blue. All right. Now we go back. Now we're looking through the camera. The spotlight. Let's look through the spotlight. And now we go back to the gemstone. It should have a color now, surfaces. So we go to surfaces and we go down here. Okay, there's the color. All right, and we go now, let's try the backscattering weight. That didn't do it. Glossy roughness. Well, it's reflecting back when we do that. Glossy reflectivity. That didn't do it. How about this way? Z. Refraction weight. Huh. All right. Okay, why is glass not due to their material properties, ensure that the glass surface is set to receive light and shadows. Illumination is set to on and intensity is set to also verify the luminous flux setting. It can impact how light interacts with surfaces. All right, let's go to spotlight, parameters. Shadow type, ray traced. I know that's enough. Okay, what was that photometric? Mode is on. Ray length. Z. Okay. Show edges. Okay, I know what that's spread angle, beam exponent. Width, height, luminance. I'm not going to give it any more. I know that's enough to light that. Ray length. We tried that. And I think this has to do with, okay, something else. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Make sure illumination is set to on and the intensity is set to, and also the luminance flux. Impact the light, environment map. Ensure the environment map is set to dome and scene or scene only to allow to, that's a good tip. Because sometimes the render settings can affect how light interacts with certain, adjust the tone mapping settings, ensure that nothing is blocking the light. Simple scene, we tried that. We put a figure in here for you to ask if you need more detail. Okay, let's just add another 9 to the spotlight just to make sure. Nope, no effect at all. So there was one other that was at the beginning of all this. Surface glass and other highly refractive surfaces can sometimes appear unaffected due to their material properties. Ensure that the glass surface is set to receive light and shadows. Probably a question I've asked before. Advanced spotlight. No, that didn't take me to one of my questions. I think I've had this problem before. Brilliant cut. Okay, so we go to surfaces, glossy inputs, thin-walled. Okay, that makes it like a hollow. Okay, glass. Huh. Well, I guess just another scatter only, scatter and transmit. Transmit intensity. Okay, so okay, we take the refraction index down. We got a tiny bit of color there. Well, I give up. So I'm not sure what is causing this. So all I know is it works when we have an HDRI on. So let's create let's go into the Daz community and forums. Okay, we go to technical help, new discussion. Why do the new gems okay, let me see, go back to here. What's that product called again? And IMM brushes. I didn't see them. Okay, morphing gemstone. Morphing gem. Copy, paste, and why do the new morphing gemstones not respond at all to a spotlight? I know I've asked this before. Let's see now. Now we're gonna put a link to it, to the product. Yeah. The morphing gemstones. Copy. I wonder if it says something here. The product contains basic large-size gemstones, speed props, and ability to change size, styles, shapes, presets. A stunning variety of shades and colors are included. As a bonus, ZBrush MM brushes are also included. They were created in ZBrush 2022. This product is a merchant resource. You can use it to create commercial products for your for your personal use. Okay. Shaders, opaque, okay. All right, created in ZBrush. It's like, hello, we're going to use it in Daz. It says compatible figure. Okay, it says compatible software, Daz Studio. Okay, let's see now. And let's put the title here. Make it easy for people. Spotlight. I can think they're called radial lights. I always called them point lights. Linear point light. Okay, that's what it is, point light. All right. Why do the new morphing gemstones not respond at all to a spotlight or point light? They respond ambient light from but they respond to ambient light from an HDRI to ambient light from an HDRI, but when set to scene only, they remain black when other light sources are used. Thanks. New morphing gemstones. Let's capitalize this. and put that. Copy. Morphing gemstones. Copy. Okay, let's make this. REMAIN black. All right, posted, I guess. Respond ambient light. Double check my spelling. Morphing PHINGEMSTO. Respond spot light. Remain black when other sources are used. Thanks and advanced for help on this. For any help. Okay, post. All right. Technical help. Nuts and bolts. All right. I guess, people, this is going to do it for me today. We have made a couple of things. I was going to go into another product, but I think I'm going to go cook some food. I might come back. We're testing my new capture apparatus because I was having problem when I would switch to this. It would just like hitch up and it would be it was like jerky. And now I think when I switch back, hopefully it's working without any issues. We shall find out when I go to look and see how this video came out. Thank you for watching, people. Please like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. We had Habib here today. We had Warrior Maddie and Angus, my friend Angus. I hope you are having a lovely day. Angus and Warrior Maddie and Habib. Very nice of you to stop in, and I hope to see you again soon. I hope this was helpful. Again, be very careful with your content library. Don't screw it up. So, all right, thank you for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next Ez3DTv tutorial. This is RexRed saying so long for now. Have a wonderful day. Alrighty, bye-bye.